Hello friends, welcome back to another video from Shomu's Biology. And in this video lecture, we are going to talk about statement of purpose for PhD, which is also known as SOP for PhD, SOP for any kind of research work or any kind of research proposal, grant, research proposal that you are about to pitch to any lab head. So basically, when you are applying for research positions as a PhD scholar or as a research associate or research assistant or research scientist in any of the lab, in that case they want you to submit a statement of purpose or SOP, and this SOP is something which is going to explain to them why and how you are going to apply for this, what you are going to do in future times, what is your vision about a particular research project, about a particular topic, which topic you want to work with, and how you're going to proceed. And basically it's going to be something which is going to tell them whether you are the correct fit for joining them in their research project for the futures to come or not. So this is going to be one of the very crucial letter, a very crucial segment of your research journey even before starting it. So you need to write a very good strong statement of purpose or SOP for your PhD or research work. So in this video we're going to discuss about the structure of the SOPs, statement of purpose, what statement of purpose is, how it looks like, and what it should contain with the help of this lecture. So let's continue, let's begin. I'll take a color, but let's start to talk about it. So what is SOP? What is statement of purpose? By definition, statement of purpose or SOP, also known as a research statement or a letter of intent, is written to the admission panel and talks about your career path, interest, professional contribution, goals, and driving force behind pursuing any particular program. So basically it's a mouthful of thing, but very simple terms. It's basically is going to show your interest towards a particular research. Why do you want to contribute to that research field? What is your future projection and idea about that research field? This is all going to be written in the SOP by you. Okay, so what your PI or principal investigator would expect from you from your SOP. Let's for a moment think of yourself as selecting someone is applying in your lab and you're trying to select that person. What you look, what qualities you would look. Okay, if I am the lab head, so I'd look for some qualities. So the very first thing that I look for is simple, straightforward SOP with clear projection of your research goals. So SOP should be simple, straightforward, and obviously every single SOP has a particular word count. It may be ranging from 500 words to 1000 words. So most of the time ranging from 500 to 1000, like 700, 750, something like that. So it should be simple, straightforward with clear projection of your research goal. You should not carry something of a different research goal. It should carry very simple research goals, clearly stated research goals, not multiple goals, but any particular research goal. Second thing, your interest in the research work must be properly visible there, that you want to work with any particular project, why do you want to work in that project, and your enthusiasm about the project must be written there, must be reflected. Your motivation behind the research interest must be reflected, and proper reason for selecting the lab, why you want to select that particular lab, and what facilities you've seen in the lab that is going to scale and help you to reach your research goals. And finally, your academic application skills. Basically, when you write this down, it's a proper construction skill from the starting. We can divide it into 4 different sections. I'm going to tell you that, and we're going to see how exactly you can craft it. But in all these sections, they are going to see your scientific temperament, your researcher skills, and your analytical skills to explain and state the problem clearly and also to get an answer from it clearly. So what is a SOP? What is the statement of purpose structure? Okay, so start with we start with the same idea. Let's assume that 1000 words is the limit for the SOP. Okay, for simplicity, our statement of purpose in this case consists of 1000 words. If it consists of 1000 words, we start with first part, and that will be approximately 250 words. Introduction about you and your academic goals. You need to tell what have you done throughout your graduation, masters, and what makes you put your leg into this particular field of research, and also your future goal with that particular research in future. That you need to explain in 250 words. So 25% of it. Part 2 will be why you choose this program. Basically, why do you choose this particular lab or the lab that you're applying, any particular program that you're applying, why you choose that. Clearly state it very clearly, whether you liked about what you liked about the lab, what you liked about the lab head. You have talked with them, so talk about their research projects, what fascinates you particularly, explain that. approximately 300 words, so 30% of it, the total word count. Part 3, why you are fit to this. You need to explain why. So part 2 was why you choose the lab, and part 3 is why the lab will choose you, right? So why you fit to this, why do you think yourself as a correct candidate to be selected for this particular job. So mention about your skills, mention about all your research methodology that you have gained, and if not, then any research projects and all. So all these things should be explained here in 300 words, again 30% of the total word count. And part 4 is the conclusion part, where you draw conclusion regarding everything together from the start. So basically you explain why the lab must choose you, why the lab head and the interview panel must consider your SOP, consider your statement of purpose to be properly justified based on your resume that you've submitted, based on your skills that you've had, based on the goal that you and your lab and lab principal investigators share at the same pace. Okay, this is what you need to say. So this is your SOP structure. So let's start with the first one, that is part 1, introduction about you and your academic goal. Approximately 25% of the total word count, that is 250 for 1,000 word count statement of purpose. Starts with this idea, why and how you decide to be a researcher. That's what you need to say, why and how you decided to be a researcher. What makes you think you can be a part of research work? Because let's assume, like you say that you have started your graduation, you've completed your masters from the college or university, mention their name, and from that time point you are drawn toward research. Particularly you like the way the experiments solve real life problems. So explain about a problem and then think about solving it, and also that solving problem gives you immense pleasure to help the mankind with that same idea. So explain these things like that, and that is going to help you as a person from science, as a person from the field of science, gets you excited and you want to know more about it and you want to work more about it, and that may help others in different disciplines. And tell more about your journey and how your bridge courses like MSc make you decide to follow the path of a researcher career in India. Okay, so explain about it, like how exactly your study connects yourself with the research work. Although if you're not connected to that, if you're not related to it during your graduation and master, but still try to connect it with this. Okay, now sometimes it may be a problem if you belong to a different graduation and masters and you're talking about a totally different topic in your statement of purpose. So don't do that. Your statement of purpose, the choice of selection of subject and stream, must match with something that you have done in your graduation and masters. Otherwise they will ask you a simple question, why you choose a different topic from your graduation and masters. That will be a big question, you cannot answer that. So make sure that is not the case. Mention your academic goal and reason what makes you interested in that field. So you need to make sure basically why do you want to be a part of this research field, particularly this research that you're talking about, any topic, particular topic of research that we're talking about. And also mention any particular reason and topic of research that intimidates you, and not just any topic, but obviously when you're writing a statement of purpose, you probably had a conversation with a lab head in some institute, so you're applying there, so you know about that lab head. You need to do some background work, you need to know about that institute very clearly, about that lab particularly very clearly, what the lab is doing for the past 10 years, what kind of research papers they have published, read some of that. Okay, and then explain about the goal, because your goal should match the goal of the research work of that particular institute or of that particular lab. Because if you are applying for any particular job and you have already known that which principal investigator under whom you will be doing PhD, but you're telling a different totally different target experimentation or target project, then it will be different, it will be difficult. They'll ask you why you're saying something else if you're applying to this lab. So make sure that both of these interests match. Conflict of interest must not be present there if you already had a chat with the lab head. If you don't know about it, then it's fine. Now the second portion is why this program, like why did you choose that particular institute or lab. In this case basically you need to say some good thing about their lab. Okay, so basically 2-3 reasons why you choose this research institute or university for your future research career. Like there will be different options, right? Multiple options are available and multiple labs are there who are doing same type or similar type of work. But why did you choose this particular lab? You need to state that. Okay, state something good about that lab, and not only just good. So there are some people who like to hear good thing about them, and some people who are really ruthless and practical. They don't want anybody to butter them, so they just simply ask you reason logical reason why you choose that. So basically you need to select if the lab is really good based on the state of the art facilities and some of the experiments that the lab had done and not done by any other labs, then you obviously should mention that and also give them credibility for that. And also you also tell them you are excited to be a part of this lab because you want to join, that you want to learn things, because here you are a learner, you are a student, you're applying for it. So don't try to outsmart them. Tell them that you have a constant hunger for new work, constant hunger to understand new things, constant hunger to solve practical problems, and constant hunger to be a part of the team which is solving real life problems with the help of the research work. That's what you should reflect. That should reflect, and that will definitely help all the lab heads to decide that you are the right candidate for the position. Mention the target research work of yours, like which kind of research work you want to do, and about the lab that you want to continue with the research work. You must have gone through the lab's website properly to know what kind of job, what kind of research work that they have done for 5, 6, 10 years. And if you obviously you'll find some research projects by just searching the name of the research lab head. You can easily find it online. If you did not find it, then obviously mail that lab head and ask for any research paper that they have published. In that way they will be really excited to know that somebody is joining their lab and actually studying what this lab has been doing for 5, 6 years. So that will provide them enough idea that you are not just writing SOP from watching a video or places, but that will tell them that you're really interested about their research work, and that means you're serious about this. So the lab head wants serious candidate. It's not just somebody is writing good SOP to just get in, but a serious candidate, genuine candidate, and that they will understand with the help of this segment. And third thing is explain about the methodology that you want to study and to do research in upcoming years with that particular work. So basically you'll find out any research work. So for any research work there are 3 components. One is that we call it as a background study of the work, like why this work is being done and what kind of work is being done for that field for a long time. Second thing is about the experiments that you are about to do and why the experiments will help you to achieve what you wanted to achieve. And the third thing is that what is your future target once you get your experiments done. Where do you want to reach your goal with the help of the experiments? So these are the 3 segments for any kind of research work that we want to do. So these things will be clearly stated here along with the clear rational explanations. Okay. Part 3 is why are you fit to this? Approximately 300 words. Again, why are you fit to this? Here you need to explain about your skills. Okay. You need to state why you should be the best choice for them, for their lab, to join as a PhD candidate or a research assistant or a research associate, whatever it is. Why? Okay, so you need to state about your skills, and this is really tricky. This is where you need to talk about good things about yourselves, and many people make mistakes here because either people underplay it or overplay it. If you overplay it and if you state so many different things including your hobbies, you can write, you can dance, you can sing, you can do this is going to spoil it. And if you understate it or underplay it and you think like people will not like if you talk about your skills and don't talk about genuine skills, then obviously you may lose the job. So in this case it's tricky. You need to state only skills which are related to the research work and academics. That may be good research writing, research paper writing or reading skills. That is obviously needed. If you by this time if you don't know how to read a research paper, how to write it, then obviously you cannot be a good fit for that project. So obviously you need to mention anything that includes the research projects that you have done, the research papers that you've studied, or any other research paper that you have written, co-author or anything related to that, any magazine articles, research articles that you've published or written. Mention every single different skill development workshop that you took, every hands-on training on instrumentation, wet lab skills that you've got, dry lab skills that you got, mention about the summer trainings and skills. All these things you need to mention, and this is where all the extracurricular, this is kind of extracurricular activity related to the academia that will be needed, but should not talk about any other characters or any other irrelevant skills, because this will impact the skills that must have a direct impact on your research project is very, very important, and that must establish your enthusiasm about the research work. So basically they wanted to know that you have the right skills and you are interested. So basically, if a person is interested in the research, has the particular set of skills which are needed to be a good researcher, and also clearly stated its purpose to do the research, then there is no point of not hiring you. They will definitely hire you, right? So make sure all these things are covered. And finally, we came to the last point, conclusion, 150 words, 15% of the total word count. And what we say, you need to complete with the summary of your research interest. Again, state back why you have started in the very first place in this particular field. Remember, have you recalled like why and how you came to this research part in the very first place? What intimidates you as a boy or a girl to be interested into a research work? State that very clearly. Then state why you want to start a career in the research field in the very first place. Mention why you want to join that particular institute, and what are you planning for them for the futures to come, so that they get to know that they are investing in the right person. Because most of the time after these SOPs, when you join there as a PhD scholar or as a research associate or research assistant, you'll be paid, right? So it's not only just you'll be doing a research work or you'll be getting a certificate after that, but you'll be paid. So when money comes in, people want to know that they're investing in a right person. So you need to make sure that yes, with all the things that you've stated, they're genuine and you're genuinely interested to do research. Close with a positive statement that state your confidence. Don't be overconfident, but state enough confidence about your research goal. Your goal should be very clear, so that if they ask you 1,000 times with 1,000 different angles, you should not be shaky about your goal. Even in the panel interview after SOP submission, when they ask you about this, your goal should be very clear. You should not move from your goal, because you are a believer in your own goal. And once you say that you're a believer, and once you establish the fact that why you love to do the research in this particular field, why you wanted to join this particular lab, and what it takes to be a good researcher, it's present in you, then this SOP is going to be very good. This SOP, a statement of purpose, is going to give you enough boost to go and kill it. Okay, so you're going to win in this particular SOP segment. So that is all about the statement of purpose. That is regarding the statement of purpose. And write this great statement of purpose. Okay, you can write it on your own. There are sample statement of purpose available. You can easily find it in Google. But remember what I mentioned. These things should be always kept in mind while writing statement of purpose for PhD, statement of purpose for any research project in India. And this is going to help you. I believe this video helps you out about writing statement of purpose. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you don't like this video, hit the dislike button and state why you like it or don't like it. And also comment in this sections, and come in the comment section, please write down regarding how you like this video, and also what topic, what else we're going to make videos for you. Okay, so that's all about it. So subscribe to this channel for more of this kind of videos in future. Thank you. Bye.